What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Good man, good man.
That is awesome. Good to see you today.
How about you? You guys, I think I was on bothering you guys last night on your little live.
Man, I don't even know, man. I go so damn live so much now that I feel like I'm live all the time.
They all blend together after a
They
while.
all blend together. Even the days start to blend together after a while. It's like it's you just know what day it is based on like how well you did that day.
Yeah,
That's how you know what day it is. You're like, oh, today's Tuesday, or oh, today's Sunday. That's how you know anymore on like what day. I see you got some
your
crazy hair.
hair's on point, and mine's just a giant mess.
Well, see, the trick is you just use 3 cans of hairspray every day. That way, you never have to worry about it.
This is the just took a shower look.
No, the trick is you got to use 3 cans of hairspray. That's you have one in each hand
Mm.
until they're empty, and then you go one more time.
I'm
That's how that works. How much weight have you lost?
down about 50 pounds.
Woo, shit! Found about 50 of them. That is
Still
awesome.
going, still figuring it out.
Still figuring it out. That is awesome. Down 50 pounds. Are you down any clothes sizes yet?
I mean, I got older clothes that are starting to fit now. I'm still at that. I go through that problem that a lot of people have when they get to a point like me, and whereas I have had people come up to me, oh man, you can tell you lost weight, and to me, I can't tell that. I mean, I just still see the fat guy in me, but yeah, I don't know. We were at Costco the other day, and I found a good deal on some pants, but I'm just for some reason I'm scared, and I didn't buy any because I'm like I'm not ready to buy new clothes yet, stuff like that. I don't even know what pant size I wear anymore.
Not ready to buy new clothes yet. What kind of nonsense is that?
Not. It's weird. It's a weird mental game, and that's the biggest thing. It's a weird mental game. Is you get used to so many years of putting weight on, taking weight off, putting weight on, taking weight off, and you kind of get worrisome. Now, mind you, I have a lot of older clothes. 'Cause I got down. When I was training for a half marathon in Vegas. I mean, I got down under 200. So I've still got some old. I've saved all those older clothes. So eventually I'll be able to wear some of them, but. I don't have any like work clothes, so I eventually got to get.
You got any pictures of you below 200?
Yeah, probably.
That's not facts. How tall are you, Chris?
I am 5'9".
I don't believe you. Pictures or it's not real.
I'm
It's
five
not
nine.
pictures or it's not real.
Actually, there's one right here. This is 2011. This is actually me and my wife.
Oh, look at that man there.
Look, we're still vacationing at Disney World.
You're gonna be back there in no time.
So I don't remember how much I weighed, but I look. These pictures pop up from time to time, and I'm like, damn, okay, that's where I gotta get back to.
You'll be back there in no time. Look at that man size right there. Crazy. Hit that chat up. Let's say
Well,
hey
appreciate it, Zach.
the
Appreciate
few
it,
people
Zach.
we got in here.
On the stream, you can see right now. This is actually the first time I even shaved. I decided I got home. I was at work and I was using the bathroom and I was looking. I had all the. But I've been keeping a beard because it keeps it. I guess it hides my fat face a little bit. So, but I was like, man, I gotta shave that stuff down. So I actually shaved it today for the first time in probably 8 months. So
looking like Jimmy Neutron with your hair over there.
I know.
Hit that chat up. Come on, let's
people in already. We got Zach in here. Zach Bonifer, what's going on, buddy? We've got Mr. Johnny Knight. What's going on, man? We've got Laney Lane, Kenneth Bird, and our good friend Quick Draw McGraw.
So I guess we got like several things that we could talk about today, right? There's like several things that we could talk about and really nothing all at the same time. Funko's always like feast or famine. I think everybody knows that by now, right? We're not like foolish. We know that Funko either like gives you lots of news or they give you none at all. And I don't really know that lately they've given us lots of news, right? They've kind of been like on this strange, like none at all. And I think we're just gonna kinda make our news up like we always do.
Well,
Is
I mean,
is what
did the C2E2 thing already happen?
it has not happened yet. That is the 29th and the 28th, 27th, 28th. Anyways, that's the end of this month. It hasn't happened yet. It's still super weird though that we've only got a few pops has been announced. I don't feel like they've really been pushing it that much. What's his face is not gonna be there. What's the doofus? Funmaker Mike. Funmaker
Like,
Mike's not gonna be there.
nobody's upset by that because I think that guy's a dipshit.
Yeah, but I feel like that's always like Funko's like I don't wanna say, like, celebrity, but I guess he kinda is a celebrity in the pop community, right?
Probably the only real celebrity they have, give or take.
Right. So it's really strange that they're not, like, pulling their ace in the ace card to, like, take there, or maybe they just figure I don't know what they figure, but it just seems really weird to me that he's not gonna be there. Funko's still in a really strange place as far as lawsuits go. We're not going to cover too much of that because I don't really care, to be honest with you guys. They still are, or they haven't been able to get their cases thrown out of court yet. The judge actually ruled against them here recently about throwing it out. I guess we'll see what happens. There's a lot of like your people like Becker and Mariotti that will probably eventually have to pay some money back, is what I am seeing. But anyways, we're not gonna like dive too deep into that because I just don't really care. So I have a question for you though. Have
Sure.
you ever noticed that like the Pop Asia stuff seems to get like these really cool pops? Like
Well,
Pop Asia, it's almost like their creative designers for Pop Asia are different than their creative designers for America.
yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, I have one. I have that Mickey with the tiger suit. And I think it's like, why didn't that come to the US? Because I thought that was pretty awesome. I mean, I get it, it was the year of the tiger, and that's why they did it. But they do get some interesting items, and definitely something to keep an eye on for some of the sites that actually get them. But yeah, I mean, they have definitely gotten some that are way cooler than what we get.
So Diss Tracker posted this one. I don't know exactly when he posted it. We'll just say it's been within like the last week. So Diss Tracker posted this one right here. It looks like it was 1 day ago. Post this one right here, and I looked at this and I thought, man, this is pretty fire, right? I mean, coming from Funko, it's not. Look, it's not an American like pop, but still, I mean, this is still very iconic to some Americans in like America Kung Fu, right? I mean, you had a pretty big America Kung Fu like era. It wasn't never like really popular after like what the 80s, but there was a
Well, yeah, I
time
mean,
where
it was a big surge when I think more when like Karate Kid came out,
yeah,
or
for like
started
for
getting
sure, right?
into you know into karate stuff like that. And there's been a small resurgence with, and again, it follows trends with the popularity of the Cobra Kai show on Netflix, and stuff like that. So I think there's been some of it, but I mean, this. I mean, this to me screams like old school Miyagi type thing, and it actually looks like a regular statue, which is kind of cool.
So that's what I thought when I seen it. I said, "Man, this is really cool. It looks like a statue." They went all in with the
What's that fun tip?
white and then like did some really cool stuff with the like the blacking out. I said, "Man, this is really fire." So then I went to looking at it. So it's 1,000 limited piece run. So you can grab that one at a thou. I think that's really impressive that you can get it at 1,000 piece run. Um, and then not only that, but this guy is currently for sale. You can go and I'm gonna find it here in just a second. I had it up here. I just
Well,
gotta
they
go
don't
find it
sell
real
them on
quick.
their normal site a lot of
So
times.
they don't, but you can go to places that flip them, even though they probably wouldn't
I
consider
think
themselves.
I think I bought like the Mickey and the tiger suit for this one. I think I bought that on I think Toy Tokyo.
Right. So now like I don't know if you remember I'll show it to you and you'll remember exactly who these guys are. They rebranded themselves at some point and decided that their name was I don't really know why they rebranded their name to Ralphie's, but they did. So this is
Oh,
going to
Ralphie's Playhouse, Funhouse, something like.
some dumb stuff like that. It was I can't remember what it was. If you remember what it was, throw a comment down there. But
Yeah.
it was something completely different. So they actually have this guy over there for pre-order for like $69 or $59.95. That is 1,000 piece limited edition. You would not get 1,000 piece limited edition in the United States right now unless it was a NFT That's the only way. That's
Yeah,
the only way to get limited pieces in the United States right now is if it's that was it. What is it? Some plastic. So some
so
what was it?
it's plastic.
It was
Yeah,
some
okay, I know. I remember.
plastics or it's something like that. But anyways, they rebranded themselves at some point and tried to like change a lot of things. But it looks like they've started going back to that. But now they're more
For 60
flippers
bucks, that's a
than
kind
they
of cool, a cool little pop, though.
That is a really cool pop, and at the 1,000-piece limited edition, that's a pretty fire deal. Like I said, I can't believe that you can go to Pop Asia and pick up limited editions, but you can't buy them in the United States unless you're getting them under an NFT, which just seems dumb to me that you can't buy these in the United States unless you're getting the NFT. So it seems really dumb and awesome all at the same time, but I see this and I'm like, "Man, this is not like the American designers." They have hired an Asian designer to design this Asian stuff because it just looks better. And look, I'm not trying to dog out American artists, but it just seems like the Asian artists are more creative. I mean, I hate to say it like that. So here's a good example of that. Marvel says, and you're gonna relate to this a lot. Marvel says that they can't make new superheroes, that people don't want new superheroes. So they just keep
Well,
regurgitating the old shit.
Stan Lee said that
Meanwhile,
before he died, actually.
meanwhile, the Asian market pumps out new heroes every day.
Oh, with anime and shit
Anime.
like that.
I mean, meanwhile, they pump out new story heroes, new storylines, new story cartoons daily,
Yeah.
daily. And
Well
you have in the United States where they're like, well, there people don't want new ones.
well, the thing is too, I mean, I'm actually kind of embracing this anime type because I've been watching, the X-Men,
Right.
'97 and it's got I remember, as a kid watching it, but I don't think I picked up the basis on it. But I mean, it reminds me of like a version of anime, the way they do it, the way they kind of go about the storyline, stuff like that. I mean, so I'm actually partially interested in checking out some more anime and stuff when I'm done this because I'm interested in the style and I just think I'm sorry, but it seems like this that type of stuff has more substance and like you said, I think it has much more creativity to it.
Yes, look. I don't know what they tapped into that American artists can't seem to like tap into. The only thing that I can bring this to, and this will be kind of controversial. So if you get offended, then you should probably just leave. When World War II happened and we took over Japan, right? They quit building a military and started focusing on their education because that's what they didn't have the ability to to build a military because the treaty they signed with us basically said they couldn't have one. So they had a very large army, and that's why we have so many military bases over in Japan. So they started focusing primarily on education, and that must have had something to do with the creativeness that blossomed from that. Was they didn't have to worry about war and soldiers, so they got to focus more on being creative and education,
Yeah.
and you can see like what happened from that. They pump out, and maybe they're not all from Japan, right? Maybe they're from China, maybe they're from other places of the world that are also more not less privileged than we are in the United States. So they struggle a little harder, right? So they're struggling a little harder. They're hungrier for things. So you could tell that there's a whole difference when it comes to the Asian culture and heroes versus the American, right? And it's
Sure.
obvious. And so when I see this, I think, well, I almost feel like Funko has got a different artist team that must be designing these
It's
because
possible.
it doesn't look like the same design team when I see this. I'm like, this doesn't look like a team that's been creative bankrupt. And you have to admit that the Funko has looked in their pops creatively bankrupt for a long time, and this is
Well,
not
it
one
seems
of
like
them.
it's definitely seems like I mean, I understand the idea was to try to pull back, but it doesn't seem like you guys pulled everything back, whether you fired artists or something. But I mean, I think people, if you want to bring it back, people want the creativity of. I mean, you start bringing out something like this now. Again, I don't want to see something exactly like this because I think this is cool being a one time thing. Because if Funko finds that there's something cool, they're gonna make 10 billion of them on every other mold that they have, just like black lights, just like chromes, just like venomized, just like whatever it is, and it's annoying. But I think the originality is definitely gone.
I mean, look at this thing.
Yeah, that
Tell
thing
me
is
this thing's
actually
not
pretty
cool.
awesome.
This thing, just tell me this thing's not cool, because this thing's really cool, and I seen it and I thought, "Man, this is what I would like to see from Funko, like, in the United States." I could get behind a whole line of X-Men done like this. I
Yeah,
could get behind a whole line of something done just like this, and I just it seems crazy to me that, like, this is the one-off 1,000 piece that you're gonna get in Asia that we've never seen here.
yeah.
Never seen this kind of creativity from them here. It seems wild to me, and I seen this today and I thought, "Man, I might actually buy this just to do another review video." I haven't done one in a really long time. I might buy this one just to do one because
I think
it's
it's cool.
it's pretty fire.
I can't say the last time I thought $60 was a fair price for a standard,
Right.
but I think $60 is a fair price for that.
I'm with you. That seems so wild. I can't tell you the last time I see one I thought, "Well, I'd pay $60." I looked at this one and I thought, "Well, I'd pay $60 for that one."
Yeah,
So it's pretty cool. I thought I'd like throw that out there and just throw the question out. Do you think that they have a different design team? Because I do. I think that there's two design teams now, maybe even more than that. There's one that's in the United States and then there's one that's other places. And the ones that's other places, I hate to tell them, are doing better than they're doing in the United
yeah,
States.
yeah. I agreed.
So I seen something today, and this will probably get me like copyright striked. I got copyright strike
Who
last
cares?
time we went live. I got copyright strike last time we went live. This one will probably get me copyright
Oh,
striked
we didn't even
again.
play music last time.
Yeah, I know. Didn't even play the music, and I got copyright striked for it. So this one will probably get me too. And I'm also not going to play the music. But I let me start this one off a little bit of a backstory. And the few people that we have here is really all I need to have a true conversation. Do you remember sometime back I said that I had a source at Funko, and you're probably one of the few people that know my source. So you know my source is pretty legit, right?
Yep.
And this source said to me, she said that there was lots of Funko Pops that are the old Funko Pops that are sitting in the warehouse, and they've been storing the old Funko Pops for a really long time. And every once in a while, we kind of see them trickle out into the market, right? Especially when they do those Buckeye like warehouse sales, right? Every once in a while, you'll see in those warehouse sales, somebody will pull some fire out of that sale that hasn't been on the market for 5 plus years. I mean, this last one they pulled an Ahsoka. I say
So
that right? Ahsoka. You've seen somebody pull 5 of them that were only like a 500-piece limited edition that you haven't seen in forever, right?
yeah,
Forever. We haven't seen these things in like 8 years, but then all of a sudden they like threw some of them in there for sale. So that's kind of what my source said, is that you wouldn't believe like how many pops Funko has, like the original ones that they've just been storing, and that they almost believe that Funko flips these whenever they need some kind of money, right? Whenever they need a little bit more income, they flip these pops. And that was the belief, right? Or that was somewhat of the belief as to why they were keeping them and what was going on. There was never really any proof of that though till now. Till now, there was never any proof of that.
30th.
So check this out. I'm gonna play this one. I'm gonna back this up a little. Oh, you can't back it up on TikTok, on Instagram. You can't back them up.
yeah. I think there's a rewind type
So
thing.
this is a whole panel that he's about to go do, right? And they bring out all of these pops, and because they're trying to do this cheesy like setup to where they come out, they're like, "Oh, you're gonna be here," and he's like, "Oh, I guess I'm gonna be here." And then the guy comes over and says, "While you're here, you might as well take some of these pops to sign." And he says, "Yeah, I'm gonna take me some of those pops to sign." And the dude disappears every time, right? And he does his not on drugs filmmaker Mike speech.
Hmm.
um, so this dude comes back, and This time he says, "And you should take this one as well." Do you see the pop this dude has in his hand?
Yeah, it's an Ahsoka Tano.
He has a 500 piece Ahsoka Tano in his hand. The holographic, the one that was the last one that they had like 5 or 6 of them over at their warehouse. Now this guy has another one in his hand. So how many of these could there be? If there was only 500 of them, right? If they only made 500 and they now have found more of them for this second time. Listen to me, second time, second time, second,
Yeah, I remember
second
seeing
time.
these come back at some point. And,
Second time they've now found more
you know,
of these.
it's just more ways for them to, continue to, drop down the price of your pops.
Does that even seem right to anybody? Guys
No.
in the comments, does that seem right to y'all that they just keep finding this limited edition 500 piece laying around? Like, how many of them do they have laying around and why? Like,
Mm.
what was the reason to have them laying around? I mean, I believe that my source was correct now and that they flip them, that they're flipping them on their own. And the reason I say that, this right here is kind of a version of flipping. You're going to be at the panel. Oh, take this one to sign and give away. How many people is that going to draw
Oh
to
yeah.
to that event? How many people are going to go to that event just in hopes to get that pop that he signed? That one
Well,
in
this
particular.
happened last month.
Yeah.
Huh. Anaheim convention. I'm actually even surprised Bob Gurr decided to interview with him.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, but could y'all imagine? I mean, Quick Draw says not hard to dip it in blue paint. I mean, for sure, right? But I'm sure that's not what they did because they hold the molds and the plastic and all of that. So is there really 500 of them or is there 5,000 of them? And do they actually just have these things laying around? I mean, do they just have pops laying around and they're like, "Oh, let's go pull from our stash. We're about to go do something." Wait, what? Why do you have a stash of them?
I don't know. It's really hard to tell. I mean, to be honest with you, at this point, I'm just waiting for somebody to buy out Funko.
So, Lane says, I don't think they find them. I think that they bring them out strategically to keep the hype up. I believe that you're right about the
Yeah.
bringing them out strategically, but I don't think it's about keeping the hype up for the pop. I think it's about drawing the crowd to come get them. I don't think that it has anything to do with building the hype up for the pop. And it has everything to do with capital gain on their part, which seems, look, to me, it seems really wild to me. And I don't know why. I feel like it's wrong. I feel like it's wrong to sell something, the market goes up, and then you just keep finding them. It just doesn't feel right.
No, because again, I mean, it's not only that the value of your pop's already going down as it is, but then they're going to bring out some rare exclusive item and try to get it and then more back on the market. And I'm sorry, but it may get a surge, a small surge for people wanting that, but it's just going to tank it because now people are like, well, it's not 1,000 anymore. So I mean, it's or how many did get sold or whatever the case may be. So
Right. I mean, so how many of them do we think they have?
I don't know. And unless, I mean, like I said, if the molds are still there, just like quick draw, I mean, technically, it could get produced pretty quickly. Because I mean, when if you have the mold, it's just a matter of producing and then getting the paint shop out there to paint it in any form you want. The boxes, well, I mean, that's all saved onto a file, and it's just a matter of printing up a box for it. So I don't know. It would be difficult.
Yeah, I mean, but
That's why I think the problem with back in the day, there was a whole process of, hey, we have vaulted pops. Well, vaulted pops would mean that the mold was destroyed and it can no longer be made. So that's why vaulted was popular because you knew that you weren't ever going to see more of those. We don't have vaulted pops anymore.
yeah, no, we really don't have vaulted pops anymore. So I just decided to like go browse and see if I could find this pop and see if I could try and like figure out like when it came about and all of that good stuff. So these things are selling on eBay. It looks like for upwards of, I'm trying to find that one in particular. I seen one that was like 3 grand. Um, there was supposed to be a very limited number of them, but they're very expensive pops. I mean, they're not by any means like a cheap pop. And the only one that I could find is the rare, yeah, it's the same sticker that he has. So it's the 500 limited piece. So they're selling on eBay, or at least people are asking. We know how that goes, right? So they're asking $3,000 for those guys on eBay. I mean, you can see that matches the pop, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's it right there. $3,000 is what people are asking on eBay for this. They just have them like laying. They just have them like waiting. You just you just have them waiting, right? You have
I'm
them
laying
into
around.
reserve. Say what?
I'm laying around.
You just have them in the reserve at 500 pieces waiting. I don't know. So I think that my source was probably onto something when they were telling that. I don't think that it was a story. I never covered that because I felt like maybe that was made up, but I don't feel like that was made up anymore. I feel like that was 100% legit, and that it's a sad, sad story. Do you get into wrestling?
I do watch. I like I watched a lot when I was a kid, and then I did actually. My wife still asks me sometimes, but I actually did watch the recent WrestleMania, just because I know it's a big event every year. But I do get into the storylines because it's no different than any other story, or TV show or anything like that. So there is cool storylines to be played out and to see. And I'm sorry, but WWE is probably one of the best story makers out there.
So Funko here recently went to like one of the WWEs. I guess it was
It's
WrestleMania.
probably WrestleMania.
Is that what that is right there? It says Funko Freddy got a chance to hang out with the Monsters of Monsters at WWE, yeah, WrestleMania.
Yeah,
So here we go. I'm just gonna kind of roll you through that so
Braun
you can see that.
Strowman.
Say what?
It's Braun Strowman.
Is that who that is? I have no clue whatsoever.
He's a big dude,
Big dude. So
massively big dude.
they had that one here. Now let's roll this way.
Yeah, this is out in Philadelphia.
Look at that thing. Look at that grave digger.
That's the Undertaker. Undertaker's pretty badass
Oh,
there.
the Undertaker. So let me tell you how the crazy part is. I kind of like the big Funko Pops more than I do the little ones. I look at the big ones and I'm like, all right, I could have that somewhere in my house. I mean that could sit somewhere in my
I think
almost.
that's cool instead of seeing the Freddy in front of it.
I almost think they should sell those. I think maybe they should just throw a sticker on them. I can't believe they haven't already. It's surprising to me that they haven't already. Just
Yeah,
shocked.
they're
They
display pieces
Yeah, that they do everything else. I'm surprised somebody will steal this too. You know that's what'll happen, right? Somebody will steal this and put it on the secondary market for like tens of thousands of dollars is what will eventually happen. Watch what I tell you. It's happened to them before, so I say that.
for
And then you
sure.
got their displaying, the new WWE
The
miniatures.
bitty
If you get
pops.
into that kind of stuff, you've seen this one. I'm sure you have. Have you seen the ring they got out now?
The newest ring.
Yeah, they got a ring out now at the WWE.
Yeah, I know they brought out a couple different rings and with different pops and stuff like that for classic matches. And this was based off of a moment where the three of them classic legends, Hall of Famers had come out and basically opened up that WrestleMania 30. So I've seen it on video. It was a classic moment.
Christina says they need some Blue Man Wayne-Co's. I'm telling you, they do. They do, but that's cool though.
Okay,
Anyway, so check this out. We got more of those guys. We have I guess this
The
is the
Rock.
new Rock. I mean,
Yeah.
they've remade his character, which is odd to me that
Well,
they've
that's the
remade
heel.
his
That's
character.
heel rock again. It's you got the heels and you got the baby faces who are good or bad guys. So this was a recent storyline they had where he was a heel, and he plays it pretty well.
I noticed that. I've kind of seen some like skits of him with that one. He does play it really well. All right, so then they got a mysteries. Anybody know what this guy is?
I mean, it's hard to tell. It's just a
They just
bald
got
head.
smoke. Looks
It
like
wouldn't be. There's someone said Bailey, but of course she's a female and that's no hair on there. I mean, I would assume it's going to be. I mean, it had to be somebody like I don't know, The Rock or Stone Cold or something like that. That's bald. I don't know.
More of these guys coming in here have no idea who they are.
Well,
Zero clue.
one's the Undertaker. The other one was I can't remember the superhero version, but yeah. Then these are classic. This is the original NWO. Sami Zayn. Yeah, they brought out a lot of classics for this thing.
Yeah, so anyways, there's a lot of like that stuff going on. I thought that was pretty cool. Funko is started catering now to the WWE fans a little bit more than they ever did before. I thought that was pretty fire. This one's gonna be another one. So they're doing these weird like little mystery things. When did they start doing this? Have I missed something? Like when did they start? I mean, I think they've always done these little mystery things, haven't they? But when did they like become so heavy in it to where they're like, "Oh, we're just gonna, like, throw up little silhouettes of guys," and
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, throwing up a silhouette of a Funko Pop is just. I mean, it doesn't really seem to make sense because,
they all look the same.
they all got the same damn head shape. So I don't get it.
You're
Yeah,
supposed to figure out who this guy is based on that dress that's hanging down, or coat, or many, many other things that could be there. They've always done this, right? I thought they did. They've always kinda done this, always done this weird, like, it's gonna be a guy that there's no way that you would ever figure it out. Always kinda done this. And then, of course, they've got this new pop. I guess this is something. I don't know.
I
Don't
guess
even
she's
know.
a singer. My kids had recognized her. I didn't know who she was until I guess she was at the Super Bowl with Taylor Swift, and my kids had recognized like, oh, that's Doja Cat. I'm like, who? I
Was
don't.
Doja Cat the one that was throwing up all those satanic stuff?
I have
I
no
th I
idea.
think
I
so.
I know nothing about her other
Yeah,
than
I
that
think
moment.
so. She was the one that was wearing all of, like, the upside down pentagrams and shit. That's well, whatever. We're not gonna get in those conversations. No, yeah, yep, I thought so. I had to think about that one for a minute. Was she the one that was, like, doing the weird, like, satanic stuff and say I thought so,
I have
yeah.
no idea.
Yeah, I thought so. It's
I don't.
so it
I don't stay much into the realm of nowadays, especially music. I mean, my kids are big Taylor Swift. I mean, when their concert came out on Disney Plus, my daughter was all over it. I live in a world of like 90s and 80s. I mean, before I came on, I'm playing Def Leppard. I have a playlist of like maybe 390 songs that I typically play most days. So, I mean, I have no idea.
Oh, no, okay, 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 never mind, never mind. It was they let me know. It was, an Ice Spice that was doing all of the devil stuff.
No,
So
I don't know who either one of them are.
good. So he's gonna tell you if your kids are listening to it, you need to stop your kids from listening to it. Got gotta stop them listening to that stuff, Chris. Not gonna go well for you. Check it out. So we the anytime you want to know like what's coming up new and you don't want to like try and figure it out from Funko because it can be difficult sometimes trying to figure out Funko and what they got coming up new. Go over to the hot stuff for geeks. They always have like this line of stuff that's going to be coming up and you can just kind of go over there and check it out.
He says, I'm not proud that I know that.
Yeah, the only reason I know it's because it was all over the internet. I didn't know it for any other reason. I didn't like.
Dude, I'm so out of it. My wife, check this out. So I don't know if you guys have seen this short. I noticed when we were doing maybe this past weekend and maybe also last weekend, we were doing food prepping in the kitchen. And we got our dog and she always kind of hangs around the kitchen when things are going on. And my wife started saying something about cheese tax. I'm like, okay, sure. I mean, I guess that sounds like something a person with a dog would do. Had no idea where the hell this came from. And mind you, I get, I'm sure everybody does, whether it's TikTok or whether it's YouTube or whether it's Instagram, whatever it is, people go fall down that rabbit hole of watching different shorts. I had no idea what she was talking about until just last night. I'm sitting on the chair up here before bed, flipping through it, and all of a sudden I've seen it. Apparently, it's a whole TikTok short thing of them feeding dogs cheese. You have to open up the fridge and you gotta give them cheese. It's called the cheese tax.
Yeah, You haven't never seen that?
Apparently, it never came across my algorithm.
Oh, Candyman says, "Ice Spice." What is going on? What is going on with you? All right, so check it out. Let's see. So on this one, we got the Hello Kitty that's going to be coming soon to box lunch. I'm assuming that that's a Hello Kitty, or it says My Melody Funko Pop. Springtime. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We all know that just because it says box lunch doesn't mean that it's necessarily an exclusive. I am kind of like liking that Michael Jordan 12-inch like Funko Gold.
Yeah,
Um,
but again, I don't know why they continue these series. I mean, the golds have already, to me, have, for the most part, have still been deemed a failure because the faces still kind of all look the
the
same.
same. Every one of them. Every one of them have that same strange look to them. Every single one of them. I mean,
So
every single one of them.
again, why are we continuing to produce these things? And you're using money to have people design these when we can have people designing good stuff that people want.
Well, they probably don't even have to design it more than once. They can probably just design it once and then never design it again. Because they all look the same. They just change the shirt on it.
Make a whole bunch of heads and then just change the shirt
Shirt.
and
They're
outfit.
just like they just repaint the shirt a different color. Different number. They're like, "This one's Michael Jordan. This one's Scottie Pippen." And don't you dare say they look alike. You'll be racist. Ha!
Yeah.
Don't you dare say it.
Even all, I mean, I'm sorry, even the Tony Stark ones compared to other, white male, golds that they've had, they all look exactly alike.
Every one of them look exactly the same. So then we have the Lilo. That Lilo's pretty fire. I don't know that I'd be picking it up. They're going to be coming out with a beach adventure Nightmare Before Christmas Funko Pop line. Have we thought about that at all? I mean, like, what does that look like?
It's not part of any movie. It's assuming it's going to be summertime, and then they're pegging off the fact that there is a large, Nightmare Before Christmas following. I don't know. I think that's just, again, it's not creative.
We all know that that's what they're doing. They're like riding that Nightmare Before Christmas like into the abyss.
There's people that will buy any Nightmare Before Christmas
Yes,
anything, whether it's
no matter
props,
what.
whether it's we see it in the parks every year, especially around Halloween. They do a ton of Nightmare Before Christmas. Disney does it. They do a ton of Nightmare Before Christmas, and they sell it. And around Christmas time is when they have the Jack and Sally meet and greets. They're always the longest lines every year.
What?
Oh yeah,
To go meet like people dressed up as Jack and
and
that
Sally,
is
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Crazy insane. But anyways, so then you got we already know what the Doja Cat thing that's coming. We don't have to need any teasers there. We have the Spider-Man upside down eating the hot dog. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm even a Spider-Man fan, and I mean, I think this one's a little bit more creative, especially how they mounted it. It doesn't look like somebody jumping with something, stuck in their, behind. I mean, it's different, but I don't know. I'm not getting it.
Yeah, I'm not getting that one. I seen it and I thought, man, they've done that once or twice. John, what's going on, brother? Good to see you in the house. So then we got some more of the the anime stuff. Haven't they
Artist,
done? I
artist
thought
series.
they done that rock before?
I'm pretty sure they have. I mean, the latest one on the end, the final boss version, no, but that rock with the Hydra dipped, yeah, I'm pretty sure. And again, they're calling it a Walmart exclusive. Walmart doesn't sell pops anymore, so I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't get that either, that they continue to make, like, Walmart exclusives, but Walmart doesn't carry Funko Pops. So they do, they just don't restock them at all,
They
ever.
just it's whatever they happen to have in their large stock that they just keep pumping out. But
Yep,
like my store, I was by there the other day, and they literally had three,
Simon, how you
and
doing?
they're the same. I swear to God, these same ones have been on that shelf for 6 months.
Easily 6 months, and they just haven't, like, pumped mine might have been on at least 6 months. They've just been sitting there. I would imagine longer. It so long that I bet they're charging Funko for shelf space.
Probably.
Well, I mean, that's Walmart will do that. They have multiple ways of selling. They can charge you for shelf space, or
That's
you
fine.
can you can consign it to them, and they'll pay you after it's sold. So
Yeah.
that's the two ways Walmart does it. It makes me think they're making them pay for shelf space because they'd never do their stuff on consignment because they're not making any money.
Mm.
I mean, they're making none. So there's no way that it's on a consignment. They're renting the shelf space, which just has to be astronomical. So then you have the Rock on the end there. You said that's a new final boss. I am not hating on this 10 man. I like that 10
Oh, it's
man.
the 85th anniversary Tin Man. It's classic. Um, I like that they went with like an older type of look, more of the original movie type. So I'm not hating on that.
Bilbo, big old Baggins over there, not hating on him either.
Now, is that Bilbo or is that's Frodo?
Frodo Baggins. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's Frodo. That's when he gets to the point where he's almost got to put it in the, in the, throw it into the lava and stuff like that, and he can't because his eyes are all like, they're all tired and shit. So I'm sorry, I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. I love that movie.
Big Lord of the Ring fans.
I love Lord of the Rings.
I'm not a big Lord of the Ring. It doesn't matter to me. It's just a show.
Well,
I
what's
mean, but
funny
there
is J.R. Tolkien. There was even, and what got me into it was I even had in junior high, one class we actually had to read the Hobbit, the original Hobbit, and it was a thick ass book. And so it kind of got me, I mean, just the storyline built onto one. I mean, it was kind of interesting. So I was always a J.R. Tolkien fan. But
interesting enough.
Iron Spider, they've done it. Regurgitation. Yeah, I agree, John. The books are really good. I mean, they're probably more detailed, of course, than the movies, but I don't think that I don't think they did horrible in the movies. Even the Hobbit series, along with the Lord of the Rings series, I think they're both great. Now, there's more J.R. Tolkien they can always do if Peter Jackson actually wants to do it, but um, you never know.
Now I think we're starting to get into some stuff that we talked about last time. We know that they're coming out with the new Obi-Wan. We know that there's some like strange new like animes that are coming out with stuff as well. That kind of like alienates the rest of us, but it's all good. For some reason, Funko
Well,
doesn't have anything out that I want.
here's the one thing I'm disappointed in. One, what is it? Earth Days this weekend.
Yeah,
We have no Earth Day pops. Where's our Earth
we
Day
got
pop?
that Freddy out there.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit about that, Freddie. I'm sorry, but I think even the Freddie fans don't care about that thing. I just, I mean, I used to like a lot of the Earth Day pops because I kind of like the generic boxes and I think they look cool. But I mean, that Farmer Freddy is just horrible. I mean, this never should have been made ever, and it's just dumb.
You could get you the Farmer Freddy brother. Right? This is all you got to do. Spend $50.
Yeah. So
You
basically, this
spend
pop is $50.
You spend $50 and you can get the Farmer Freddy
Yeah.
from the site. That's all you have to do is go spend $50. How many people do you think like collect these Freddies? I bet there's a bunch of
I know
av
there's a bunch of people,
yes.
even in this Funko community. I know there's a bunch of people that go stupid with Funko Freddies, and I don't know. I've expressed it plenty of times myself, and I don't know. I don't care for him or his sister or whatever the hell she is now. I
It's his
just
wife. What do you mean?
wife, sister, mother, you know, significant other, second cousin. It doesn't matter.
It's his wife.
Sure, we'll
Get
call her that.
I don't really know what she is. I'm with you. She could be all kinds of crazy stuff. I have zero clue which
But
one it is.
again, we have no Earth Day pops, and then on top of it, in another week after that, you've got May the 4th. Where's
Oh
the May
man,
the 4th pops?
that must be why they're coming out with so many new Star Wars pops. I was wondering what was going on there.
Yeah, I mean you got May the 4th. I mean for us out here in Disney World time, especially with the new Star Wars lands. I mean May the 4th is a big time out here, in Orlando. In fact, I bought myself a nice little. That's only clothes probably. I'm going to buy myself a nice little Star Wars button up to wear to work on
Uh-oh.
May the 4th.
Got you a Star Wars button up. Now
Yeah,
you're doing it.
yeah.
Now you're talking Star Wars button ups going down. So, anyways, so there's that guy. I mean, you can get over there and buy that one if you'd like. It's free. It's only 50. You only have to buy $50 worth of stuff, and they're gonna
Some
give
real
it to
truth,
you.
it's $50 for
They're
that.
gonna give it to you for free. What do you mean it's free? They said it's free.
It's $50.
It is free. That
But
said
you can't
free.
get it unless you spend $50, therefore it's worth $50.
It is free. It is a free one right now.
It's $50.
Speaking of Earth Day pops though. Check this out. Check this out. Check
Hate
this
you,
out.
Dr. Green Thumb.
Here you go. You asked for
Okay,
it, I
we have
delivered.
one other Earth Day pop
You asked
from
for
an
it, I delivered.
anime that I have no idea what the connection is.
Everybody knows this anime. Everybody. Everybody in the chat knows this anime, right, guys? Everybody but Chris
I mean,
knows this
I would
anime.
have to reference Simon for something like this because I have no idea. But again, 2 Earth Day pops when they used to at least put out a dozen.
Hold on, I'll find you some more. I got you. Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. Let's see how many we
There's
can
no
find.
more Earth Day pops.
You don't think so?
Nope.
No more Earth Day pops. I think you're right. I didn't see any more Earth Day pops.
That's it. That's sad. Sad.
That's sad.
That's sad.
That is sad. Look at that.
That's
What
the
is
ugliest
what
shit.
is what is that? Why is his tongue two different colors?
It's because it's an abomination.
Just tell me why his tongue's two different colors. I'm waiting.
Well, because
I
the,
really wanna
the
know.
the scene in the movie is when he's licking the ice cream and he's supposed to be, licking the vanilla ice cream or whatever the flavor is, but because they had to make it stupid, black light, they turned him into pink. Stitch is not pink, Stitch is blue. I mean, that's just one feature you don't screw up. Black light or not. I just this pop should have never been made.
They made it though. There it is in all of its glory.
Should have
It is
never
it
been
is
made.
sitting right there with his double colored tongue. I'm down with it. You're right. I couldn't find any more. So it looks like there's two of them that they're showing at this moment. That's currently it. Looks like you got a Ghostbusters bucket. Don't know what you would have a
Oh, I think that
Ghostbusters
was from
bucket.
the when the popcorn bucket for when that movie came out. Now there is a new Kevin Feige just came out this past weekend, the end of last week, saying there will be a Deadpool and Wolverine popcorn bucket, custom. I'm not custom, but particular one for the movie. They have not released it yet. There has been. I've seen 3 different. I don't know if they're, people are just making themselves to come up with ideas, but they're not official items. Marvel has not released what the popcorn bucket is, but I'm actually kind of excited to find out.
I'm with you. I'll be excited with you.
And so,
Do you ever buy skateboards?
when I was a kid, I was in high school. This was back when I was in Massachusetts, and I got into skateboards for a little bit until one day I was with some friends, and he lived way up on a hill, and I had an older skateboard, and luckily his mom yelled at us to wear our helmets because we went down a hill. I crashed, my head hit the curb, cracked open the helmet, and I never got back on a skateboard again.
I don't blame you.
Couldn't do
What do
it.
you think about all of the inspired skateboards? I think this is going to be the year
Now
of inspired skateboards.
the decks I think are cool. I mean, decks make good wall art and stuff like that, especially if it's in there. So I'm all for that. I think the decks are definitely cool art, pieces for sure.
Well, I think this is the year of the skateboard deck. This is one of them that's from a festival inspired skateboard deck. Now, there's a whole article on it, but I wasn't taking my time to read that. I just noticed that there's a lot of these guys trending this year, and like the pop culture is trending with skateboards that are inspired by other things. Funko has done them. Pokemon did them. Now you have other people that are branching out and doing them. I seriously think that like this will be the year for like paint for skateboard decks. You'll see a bunch of different people all come out with their own skateboard deck. You'll probably even get like a Milwaukee drill skateboard deck, and watch what I tell you. You're gonna like get some crazy skateboard decks this year.
That's possible. That could be
I
interesting.
I think that it's happening. Everybody is coming out with their own skateboard deck.
I mean, like I said, it's just another platform for art and for different creative. I mean, they've been doing it for years for many different aspects, whether Tony Hawk or some of the other big skateboard pros, but and they've always had good art. So I mean, I'm all for if there's a cool art piece, I put it on my wall.
I don't really know how I feel about that. Quick Draw says that he was a BMX kid. I like this one though. Quick Draw made a comment over there, and I was trying to get back to it. Way to celebrate Earth Day by putting more plastic dolls in the landfill.
He's not wrong,
You're
but
not wrong.
not wrong.
That's how we're celebrating Earth Day now. We're like gonna just pile up. We're just gonna pile up the landfills with plastic figures. That's how we're gonna
It's
celebrate.
recycle. We'll figure out how to recycle them.
Meanwhile, plastic's made from petroleum products, so
Yeah, I don't know.
recycling at its finest. What do you think the biggest? Hey, chat. What's the biggest Lego set? What Lego set has the most pieces? Do you know?
I think right now it's the Eiffel Tower because it sits about 8 foot high. Um,
Don't look it up. You're cheating.
I'm thinking it's the Eiffel Tower.
All right, guys. What Lego set right now has the most pieces in it? There's so many big ones out there right now. You have the Titanic. You have the Eiffel Tower. You have so many big Lego sets out there. Which one has the most pieces in it? Without looking it up. If you look it up, you're just cheating.
I'm not looking it up.
I'm talking about the chat as well. If you look it up, you're just cheating. Which one right now has the most amount?
I'd say the Eiffel Tower or the Titanic, one of the two. I think those have got to be it. Yeah, it's got to be
Star
one.
Wars. Star Wars. They look. The Millennium
Millennium
Falcon has a
Falcon.
lot of them. It
It's
has a
got a
lot
lot
of them.
of.
Are you looking it up yet?
I am not looking it up, but you
I'll
told me
show
not to
you.
look it up, so I'm not
I'll,
looking it up.
I'll show you in just a second. Anybody else got any ideas over there? What it is? What Star Wars? What Lego set right now has the most amount of pieces in it?
I said collectors again. You're right. I mean, Millennium Falcon has definitely got to be up there for sure. Uh,
I got you.
what is it? I tell you, Eiffel Tower.
It is the
The thing
Eiffel
that's
Tower.
8 foot tall.
This thing is like 8 foot tall. It has, where's it at? 10,001 pieces. 10,001 pieces to make up the Eiffel Tower. Could you imagine dropping that thing? I have this crazy ability of dropping Lego sets that have a lot of pieces in it. Could you imagine dropping this thing after it's sold?
No, because I even think the instruction guide is like a friggin' giant binder.
It would be a nightmare. This thing would absolutely. So they have the Coliseum now. Lego has here. I'll flip over back to their page. Lego has some really massive like sets right now. So the Eiffel Tower is $600 and something dollars. We sit at the house. Rue really loves Lego, so we were all like, well, I wonder which one has the most pieces, right? And the Eiffel Tower is not the most expensive one, which is kind of crazy. So after we got on here and browsed it for a while, then we asked Google, and Google told us the answer because I said the Eiffel Tower. There was a few other things like the
That
Titanic
Concorde
over
is
here.
pretty friggin' that Titanic is big though.
9,000 pieces is how many pieces
Yeah,
this guy is. This guy is 9,000 pieces.
the Titanic is actually pretty. It's cool as hell, but yeah, it's a big set.
That
And
is a
then when you get
massive
into
one.
these, I mean, you got to have the room because I mean, you probably spend hours putting this thing together. You got to be able to find some sort of shelving that's just dedicated to
Yeah,
Legos.
yeah. You're going to have some sort of like already built
Stadium, I agree
Millennium
with you,
Falcon.
Candyman. That stadium. I think they did one. I heard that they're supposed to be bringing a line of them, of the different like ballpark stadiums, which could be kind of cool. He said he already built the Millennium Falcon, which is kind of cool.
Well, he said that there's a world map that's actually 11,000 pieces. We couldn't find it if there was such a thing. We Googled it and it actually came back with the Eiffel Tower as being the
Yeah. I
biggest
mean,
one
maybe
that
that's
they have.
basing off of what's currently available. I mean, maybe that
Right.
world map isn't available anymore.
So then they got
I like that Avengers Tower. I
you're
want that.
like this one too, though, because you said that you were a Lord of the Rings person.
Oh yeah, yeah, Rivendell. This thing is pretty cool. I will agree. I don't think it's that many pieces though.
I want to say it was a couple thousand. It's
Yeah, about 6,000.
6,000.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more than you think. The Tony Stark Tower.
But that tower right there, that tower is tall.
Yeah.
I need that castle. I need to get that castle.
Cinderella's castle with
Yeah,
$400.
yeah, 400
A
price tag.
4,800 pieces.
Got the Avengers Tower for my birthday from a friend. Now that's a good score right
That's a
there.
good friend.
That's a good friend. Yeah, they got some cool stuff. There's a Lego store out here at Disney Springs. So a lot of these I can just technically go down to the Lego store and get them. They sell all
Right.
this stuff there.
Well, anyways, there's a few of them. I thought that I'd throw them on there, like what their biggest ones were.
Now,
I was yeah.
I do have a question for you.
What's up?
Me being a Disney fan and all, and I started thinking the other day. I'm there so often, so it's not as big of a deal for a lot of things because I've been able to adapt my own questions and answers. But have you ever wondered about the weird questions that Disney cast members get from time to time?
What do you mean?
Now, mind you, that they millions of people go through these parks a day, and there's got to be some interest, because one of those things where you're at a job for a long period of time, and you're like, I think I've seen about everything until somebody does something, and you're like, well, that one's new. And then I started thinking about that same thing with questions. What are some of the oddest, maybe funniest questions that have ever been asked by guests to Disney World? Or I think this is just Disney cast members alone. So
I don't
some of
know.
these are actually kind of interesting. So number one, I have heard this, and I've had somebody ask me dead exactly thought, and I'll explain the point of this one. Number one is I've been asked the question, when will you guys stop the rain? A pretty baffled amount of times. One lady was just shocked that we allowed it to rain in the park. Like it was a scandal. Now it could be down in here. I haven't read through all these, but I have had a person once actually think that there is a dome over Disney World.
Yeah, why don't they stop the rain?
Dead serious.
Why don't they stop it?
Because it's Florida, damn it. It rains every day in the summer. It just
There's a
happens.
dome over it, Chris. Chris, there's a dome over it.
They create the weather. Number two, can you stop the parade so I can cross the street? Okay. If Goofy's a dog, why does he have a pet dog himself? Now that is a definite quandary. Now again, Goofy doesn't actually have a pet dog himself. Mickey has a pet dog, and but yeah, he is a dog, so that is definitely weird. I'm not gonna go through all these because some of these are just kind of weird. Guess where can I find ears? Me on the other side of your head. Yeah, they're weird questions.
Other
What
side of
time?
your head, maybe.
Yeah, here's a standard question. What time is the 3 o'clock parade?
It doesn't. It's at 3:01.
Yesterday I went to Disneyland and saw the parade, and it was raining during the parade, and everyone was wearing raincoats, and the Little Mermaid was in the parade, and she was wearing a raincoat too.
Why is the Little Mermaid wearing a raincoat?
Well, because everyone else is wearing raincoats, Ariel wanted to wear one too, so she could be like everyone else.
That's a
That's
good
her
question,
thing.
though. That's a valid question. That's a
That-
kid's valid
oh,
question.
I'm hoping, God, I'm hoping that question came from a kid.
That was a kid's valid question. Why was she wearing one too?
Adult. You work during the holidays? Cast member,
Nope.
yes. Adult muttering as he walks away. I don't believe her. It's probably a trick to get tips. It was during Christmas, and literally there was a Christmas tree. Do people forget? And mind you, actually, yes. I'm actually gonna. This is an oxymoron because I know, but yes, when people go on vacation at Disney World, they forget all common sense. So, and here's a funny one. This is actually, um, where's Hogwarts? Probably a half day's walk, since Hogwarts is in Universal Studios and not Disney. People don't seem to understand that one. I was a bus driver, so it wasn't the kids but the adults. I'd see the turn signals come on, but not me taking my hands off the steering wheel. They'd ask how it was turning. Oh, this one doesn't make any sense. You just went to magic. I'm skipping that one. Um, I work with horses at the park, and I had a child ask why the horse has a butthole.
Don't know.
Well, at least it was a child that asked
That's right.
that. Here, my baby needs changing, and I don't want to miss parade. Go take care of it. Wow, it's an entitled. Um, here's a question I know all you guys want to know: which princess has the biggest boobs? That was actually asked by a guest.
Which one has the biggest boobs?
Hmm.
I wonder if there's like measurement somewhere.
I have no real interest, so I don't think I've ever looked.
I'm gonna look.
Okay. Um,
Because why not?
a kid asked me, mind you, a kid. What was it like when you got your name tag? I don't know why they asked that. That's weird. Some of these are just weird. I mean, you can find all different ones, stuff like that. I was amazed. I didn't believe a lot of these types of things were true until I actually had a person straight up, tell me there was a dome over Disney, and I said, okay, well, you keep on believing that. And I was just there as a guest, and they were telling me that. I'm like, okay, that's weird.
Well, unfortunately, Disney doesn't have anything on that. Unfortunately, God, it had me wondering too. Like which one? Which one? No, they don't have anything on that.
Yeah.
I
So
would
I mean,
I wouldn't go and search it.
if you want to know some more of these, they're actually quite funny, and they're in there. Um, yeah, it's definitely it's weird, but yeah, the things people ask. So like I said, sometimes I start to wonder about these interesting. What we get in the comments? Looks like Jen Ortega denied signing with Disney and Marvel. Not surprised.
Not
Um,
surprised.
someone never read the book. Everyone poops. Yeah, apparently nobody ever read that.
Somebody never read that book. We also didn't know that the princesses had bra sizes till now.
Uh, yeah, didn't know that one either.
Didn't know that one, but now I know it. So
But
that's a
the
good thing
question
to know.
is, do we think that question came from an adult or a child?
Probably came from an adult.
I'm
That
gonna
was
say.
that was probably not like a child like asking that one. So just in case y'all like ever missed the idea that Funko has like back in stock on their website,
Oh, this thing again.
sometimes it's fun to go over there. I actually have this one. I was thinking about I seen this and thought, man, I should play like a chase roulette and see if I can get the like chase version of this one because I actually have this pop, but I don't have the chase version of it. It's like maybe I should just get like 6 of them real quick, but then I probably still wouldn't get one because the chase variant looks way hotter than the regular one. Have you ever seen this cartoon?
No.
So it's the dumbest like minute of your life. Never go look it up. It's the dumbest like you lost a minute of your life that you'll never get back. Gloomy Bear's dumb. But anyways, this is one of the items that's on their back in stock category. So if you just kind of click over there, go through the back in stock,
So you can
you
see any if there's anything back in stock, that means that the value of your pops are decreasing.
yes, that means the value of your pop is about to dramatically go down, like the 50th anniversary Hello Kitty. We have that guy is not that old though. Then there's this one here, the alien with the
Yeah,
This
the
guy,
Xenomorph alien. That one was actually kind of cool when it came out, and now you're gonna put it back up and
yeah, so
kind of
that
kill
one's
it.
one of the, Hot Topic exclusives when they had the Hot Topic fair for the first ever
Yeah, the
time,
scare fair.
yeah, they decided to do, like, that whole scare fair thing. That's actually one of those guys, so if you wanted that one, you can actually go get it now from their, like, back in stock category. Let's see what else gems they have on there. That PX
So,
exclusive Diablo sold
oh,
out when it came
Diablo.
out. Yeah, so that guy actually sold out once. It is back on there, so it's on the back in stock as well, in case you just need to get the El Diablo. I don't know why you'd need to get it, but there it is in the event that you do.
Why not?
Why not is the better question. Why wouldn't you need to get it? And then a bunch of the Treehouse of Horror stuff is back on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this whole page and category should just not be, because I mean it basically just a tribute page of declining values.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Like this guy here, I know everybody remembers that one when it was at GameStop.
Oh yeah, well they had multiple statues you
Yes,
had put together.
there's a set of them.
Yeah,
There's a whole set of them. I seen this one's actually kind of upset that they don't make, like, more figures. Because let's be honest, this thing's pretty fucking badass.
Overwatch.
And then you have Gloomy Bear, that guy's back in stock. You have some cool stuff that's back in stock. If you've never gone over there and checked it out, you'll have to go check it out. Sometimes I like to click the back
But some
page.
of these also don't make a lot of sense, because I think like on the last page you had one of the avatars. Now it was a cool avatar with him on the the Banshee, but I mean that was from the first movie. Nobody's buying the damn thing.
So sometimes I like to go all the way to the back page, and I'm gonna show you something on here that's cool. This Boba Fett came back
That
on
Boba
here
Fett has
again.
been back and
So
forth on
this is
for
like the
years.
OG Boba Fett. I head harvested these guys to, make a Freddy Funko Boba Fett. Ooh, let me go get him, I'll show him to you. Ha ha.
Yeah, that thing, I've seen that thing on and off the site for years at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, too damn long. I don't know why. I can't stand when they do this stuff. It's dumb. Stop doing it. Somebody needs to
So
go to
that
Funko and just smack the shit out of him.
Yeah, so I had to, like, body snatch that one to make this guy right here. I'm still proud of my Freddy Funko as Boba Fett. This is the OG though, don't get confused. This is not a knockoff. This is an original Funko. This is that $10,000 one right here. You seen it first. Right there. There it is.
10,000 handmade.
$10,000 one. Well, it's original Funko. Everything on it is Funko. Everything on it is Funko. And I'll stand to that forever. And then we
Yeah.
have the Deadpool. This is I didn't know this guy was here. I might actually order him too. So that's
Hey, if
that's
you get
the
if you get buy $50 worth, you get a shitty Freddy
I'll
Funko.
be all right. I'll be all right. Then they got this Oogie Boogie on there. Pretty cool Oogie Boogie.
Yeah,
I
I've seen.
always go straight to the very last page to see like what they're hiding because that's where they hide the really good stuff. In case you're wondering, they like go all the way to the back pages and hide that stuff because they don't want you to like have it on the front pages so you get pissed off at the fact they're selling it again. Like this guy, what
Yeah.
is going on? Say what?
Well, I mean, it's still like I think it was back in stock. We talked about it last week. That also that Venom that they made everybody pay 60 whatever dollars for a mystery box, saying this is the only way you can get it, and now it's back in stock, so you can go buy it yourself
Buy it yourself?
for less
Crazy.
money than the mystery box on
Oh
the other.
yeah, they shouldn't have done that. That was a dirty move right there. That's a dirty, dirty move. You have Hulk is Venom, also pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hit
Well,
them,
again,
hit them on their back pages. Say what?
why are we still doing Venomized pops or even recreating those?
Oh, those things are so old. That's been like forever ago.
Makes no sense. Stop it. Stop it.
Sorry, I had to plug the laptop in. It was gonna die on me. Let's see. I guess they're gonna make me do this. I didn't want to do this, but they're gonna make me go back this way. There he is. You were
Oh, there
just
was
talking
that
about
right
him. There
there.
he
Yep.
is.
You had to pay $60 for him, and now you can get him for $15.
Yes, you can go on there right now and just get him for $15. You don't have to pay the $60 for him. He's back in stock. Go grab him while he's up there. Look, I'm not even going to be mad at you. Go get him. I was just looking at mine the other day, thinking how sad it was they made you spend $50 for him, and now they're going to like throw him back on there.
That was
Just
really
throw him
sad.
on there like it's nothing. Say what?
It was really sad.
Really, really
That
sad
was such
day.
a con right there. That was a
Tally is up there.
yeah. I hate it when they do this.
Was that?
I just hate it when they do this.
Why?
It's
Let's
in
see.
some cases people do collect for value, and
Yeah,
you're
they're
just
destroying it.
spitting in their face.
Straight destroying it is what they're doing. Straight destroying that value. You can they still got the Lord of the Rings Frodo
Yeah,
soda somehow
yeah.
still. They still have him. Didn't even know this one was ever a thing. Oh man, there's some gems in this like back in stock. Y'all got to go check that one out.
Stitch. They got so
Stitch
many stitches.
Stitch in Cuffs. That was an FYE exclusive. Ooh, the Blacklight Oogie Boogie. Another gem hidden in there. Oh, you need a Jurassic Park poster? Got it. No, back up there. Oh, look, they got this guy still. Machine gun
Yeah,
something.
it's because nobody bought the damn thing.
Machine gun something.
It's not back in stock. They just put it in here because it never actually sold.
Never actually sold till they put it up there.
Nobody wanted that garbage.
Let's see. They keep messing me up though. Their page,
All
their page is glitching out.
over the place.
Glitchy ass pages. Always been Funko's problem. No, we don't want coming soon. We want back in stock. And then I got to come down here and go to a page we haven't seen. Let's go to page 4. No, we just seen this one. At 5 it is. Let's see. Got some mini on there. I can't remember seeing that many.
One thing I will give them, they really have stopped the sodas. They really don't do any sodas anymore. Thank friggin' God.
Got Agatha. You miss Agatha? She's back on there.
Nope, got that one.
Got it. You missed it. She did. That was a hard one to
I
get
think
your
I
hands
have
on
that
too.
whole set except for the chase.
That was a hard one to get your hands on too. I mean, that was a difficult one.
I remember getting 2 of them, and I got one for somebody else.
I think it was me.
Might have been you. But yeah, I did get 2. I've got mine somewhere. But yeah, I've got the whole original WandaVision set.
Oh, what is this?
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. This is from the first Avatar.
Well, it is up there right now. If you want to go like grab them, they are there for you to go grab. I think it's really crazy that they like have some of those old ones back up there like they do, but they do. And I'm going to go grab that Deadpool because why not while he's back up there? I don't know how they could still have that Deadpool. Like that's the original, like Deadpool, how they could still have that guy up there.
You can buy another Venom with the sword.
I could buy another Venom or I could buy Eddie Brock as Venom because I don't have that one.
Eddie Brock was Venom's pretty cool.
Yeah, I could buy that one in the Deadpool. Probably what I'm gonna do. What you got going on next week?
Not a whole lot. We might go to the parks this weekend. I'm not sure. It's been kind of hard to get reservations, but yeah, we're still trying to figure that out. But might try to make it out to the parks. Kind of missing it a little bit. So we'll see what happens. But other than that, I don't know. I'm just still figuring stuff out and taking care of some stuff here at the house. But that's about it.
Any new videos coming out?
Videos? No, I got nothing. I got nothing in the works. I've got nothing in that I haven't edited. Yeah, I got nothing. I may put out some shorts from here and there, but yeah, right now, just nothing. I need to find that inspiration again, and I don't have it right now. I have no inspiration type thing. So again, I don't know, and I know also Disney is doing something weird. I gotta get out to the parks and see it personally for myself and see what they're doing. because they are doing things. They're limiting certain streamers, depending on how you're streaming or vlogging or whatever it is. They are actually asking people to leave,
Oh,
because in some cases, people, whether they're TikTokers or what, I mean, and I get you. There's some of these people that are just annoying as shit, but they're even trespassing some people completely, because it's gotten a lot of complaints from guests as far as taking away from the environment. Because I mean, the amount of streamers and people there, I mean, it's gotten out of control. I mean, completely out of control. And a lot of these people have no respect for their surroundings or people in their surroundings. People pay a lot of money to go to these parks, and they want to, be involved in the experience. And you gotta kind of take it out. So there's been a lot of streamers, vloggers, influencers, whatever you want to call them, that have been kind of ruining it for a lot of people. So, I need to get out to the parks, because I mean, I used to always go out and see somebody doing something, whether it was live streaming or doing something here and there. So I'm kind of interested to get out there and see, you know, how much of it, what they're allowing and what they're not. There's no real guidelines I can find on the website as far as what you can, but I think they're doing it on whether or not people are complaining about it, and go from there. So, I used to kind of do it in corners and stuff like that. I didn't really do it, or vlog or talk, in the middle of people doing stuff. So I don't think that's a problem. And I know a lot of the big streamers like Paging Mr. Morrow, he does that too. So you got to have respect for the people around you. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that don't.
understood. Understood. That's crazy though. You have to let me know how that comes out, rather than what they say. You have to
Yeah,
let me know.
I'm interested to see what's going on. Like, again, I can't find a whole lot about it, but there's going to be a lot coming out with Disney soon. I think, especially in August when D23 comes around. This is expected. There's a lot of people anticipating this is going to be one of the biggest, the biggest set of announcements they're going to do for what they're going to do with these parks. Because of course they have to compete with the new Universal Studios park opening up next year. So they've got
Right.
to have something in the plate to be able to push. And I know that there's, I have seen some permits on some things that are county that basically making a whole new land and kind of expanding it within Magic Kingdom itself. So that's my prediction of what's happening, just from some land moving permits I've seen online, but that's about it. I think this year, and I may even have to live stream this like I've done in the past, live stream the keynote presentation at the same time. So it could be interesting, and I'm hoping to be surprised.
Well, that sounds like fun, guys. Come check me out over on Doomsday Delights at TikTok. Come
Yeah,
hang out with
definitely.
me over there.
They
You
do
have
have
to
a
come.
lot of fun over there and stuff like that, and I randomly pop in and just
I'll
draw
have
random.
some kind of a video dropping this Friday. Don't know that it'll be Funko related, but I appreciate you guys that are still coming to check them out.
Hell, maybe at some point we'll even do a tryout of Wayne Tech on TikTok.
Wayne Tech on TikTok. Sounds like a plan. Guys, I'll see y'all next week. Have a good one.
Yeah, I'll go one later.
You guys are gonna have to put this in the description. I'm gonna leave this show tonight a little worse off, I think, quite honestly, than where we began. Everybody is watching this and watching this on the replay. You are now dumber and less important in life because of what has transpired here this evening. We apologize for what's going on right now. I'm gonna try to pretend like none of this happened.